You suck at cooking, yeah, you totally suck.
Today we're making not lasagna, also known as horizontal spaghetti loaf. Not making lasagna starts with making not bolognese sauce. To do this, we'll chop up an onion by smashing it against the wall. Our pan is on medium heat. Throw that in and make a sizzling sound with your mouth because the pan wasn't hot enough when you put it in. And then we'll saute that on some temperature until they start to brown a bit. Next, we'll crush and chop some garlic. The reason we don't smash garlic against the wall is to prevent the wall from smelling like garlic. Then we'll add that to the pan and cook that until it's not burnt. Then we'll put that legendary combo into a bowl to think about what it's done. Now we're going to add a pound of ground beef to the pan and just flatten that out into a beefcake, also known as ground and pound. If you don't want to add ground beef, you can add air, fire, or water beef instead, but regardless, with a little bit of practice, you can become the last beef bender. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt and some pepper, and we'll get that all fired up. And since we're not making lasagna, we can add any flavors we want, such as cumin, chili powder, smoked paprika, red wine vinegar, Rick's mystery blend that may or may not taste good, Emily's bland sauce, breakup spice, Debbie's potato salad flavoring, or alpha tears. And we'll just wang jangle that together and cook it until it's cooked. And since we're not making bolognese sauce, we're gonna add arrabbiata sauce to give this a bit of a kick in the pants. Now it's important to cook this until just before boredom sets in so that it doesn't taste bland. And that's a good time to remember you forgot to add the onions and garlic back in, so wang jangle that together for just a little bit longer. Now, if you were making lasagna, you might start whipping up a bechamel sauce at this point, so we're going to be careful to avoid that by adding some ricotta cheese to a bowl. Realize the bowl isn't big enough, then transfer it to a bigger bowl. Some people think you add an egg to ricotta so that it will keep the ricotta layer intact when you cut it, but the truth is we add the egg so that you can legally eat not lasagna for breakfast. My plan was to add some basil to the ricotta, but I realized I forgot to get it, so I'm not gonna add it on account of I don't have it, so we gotta do without it. And since ricotta is the potato of cheeses, meaning that it tastes like nothing, we'll grate some garlic in there so it doesn't leave a nihilistic aftertaste. Then we'll wang jangle that with a spoon wrapped in parchment paper so that our spoon doesn't end up smelling like garlic. And now we'll venture into the Arctic tundra to harvest some fresh noodle loaf. A lot of people don't realize that all of the modern pasta shapes were originally made with noodle loaf, sometimes called the zucchini, before the pasta molecule was synthesized, such as spaghetticini, pennecini, zucchinolonechini, dildolini, or what we're making today, lasagna-chini noodles. We're gonna lay those out on some paper towels and let them dry off, although you can of course squeeze them to make a fresh glass of noodle milk. And then we're gonna grate a small mountain of mozzarella cheese, also known as Mount Muz Everest. And now we're ready to put this all together, which we'll do by spraying fake Christmas snow into our baking dish, then adding a wisp of a layer of sauce to the bottom of the dish. From there, we'll add our most authentic not lasagna noodles in a thin layer, to which we'll add our first layer of basil-less ricotta mixture, which is a bit of a tricky situation as we get over here toward the noodle anarchy district. Now we'll get a nice layer of mozzarella cheese going. On top of that, we'll add a mean layer of not bolognese sauce in a smooth and enticing horizontal wall. And now we've learned a physics lesson with that first noodle layer, which is why we're doing advanced overlapping on the second layer, which will make for a much smoother spreading of the ricotta. Little reverse ricotta tuck technique over here until we have a perfect East Coast powder day. New ricotta technique just dropped called set it and spread it. More noodles, more sauce, more ricotta, more cheese, using the spatula to comply with no sauce left behind, and continue until we've got nothing left but a full dish of something that isn't lasagna, which, by the way, was invented in ancient Greece. Now we don't want to eat this raw, which is why the undo is on 400, and we're gonna bake that until the cheese looks good. See that? That's the cheese looking good. And now I'm gonna take it out and let it cool for at least 20 minutes for a variety of reasons, including if you cut it now, it will fall apart. If you eat it now, it will burn your mouth. You need to learn patience, you testy I cooked it, so I'll decide when it gets eaten,
which is the power one yields when making not lasagna.
Now I'm gonna get that onto a plate and double that up for the clickbait thumbnail. And now before I take a bite, I'm just gonna fashion a parchment papered mouth guard so that my mouth doesn't end up smelling like garlic.
It's so good.